My boyfriend said he'd leave me if I dyed my hair red, and I found out why exactly 1 week later. I was standing in my kitchen at 9:14 on a Sunday morning, coffee going cold in my hand, when my phone started buzzing so hard it walked itself across the counter. Notifications piled up under one photo I barely remembered posting, a selfie from the salon, copper red hair still damp at the roots. The first comment read, "This is insane, she looks exactly like Autumn Reyes." Then a missing person flyer from 6 years ago, cropped side by side with my selfie, same jawline, same hairline, even the same gap in the front teeth. In red letters, somebody had written, "Wake up." I didn't know who Autumn Reyes was. I didn't know my boyfriend's name was already circled in red on true crime forums I'd never heard of. My hands were shaking so bad I had to set the mug down before I dropped it. Grant and I had been together 14 months by then. He ran his own contracting business out past the county line, and he was the kind of careful that felt like devotion. He remembered I was allergic to shellfish before I even finished the sentence. He texted me a sunset photo every night at 8:40 like clockwork. He drove 40 minutes out of his way twice a week just to bring me coffee at the vet clinic where I worked. And my boss, Dr. Ibarra, used to tease me that I'd better marry him before somebody smarter got there first. Cedar Hollow was a small town, the kind where everybody knew your usual order, and Grant fit into it easy, familiar, like he'd always belonged exactly where he was standing. The only thing that ever struck me as strange, back then, was the hair. 3 dates in, at a taco place downtown, I mentioned I'd always wanted to try red, a real copper red. His face did something I couldn't name, not annoyance, closer to the look you get when a car backfires 2 blocks away, and your whole body flinches before your brain catches up. He recovered fast, laughed it off, said he just loved my natural color and could I please never change it. I told him that was the oddest request I'd ever gotten from a man I'd known 3 weeks. He said some things stick with you from childhood, and left it there. I let it go. It came back 8 months in, and this time it wasn't a comment, it was an ultimatum. Thursday night in March, a pan of burnt chicken thighs on the stove. I showed him a picture of some influencer with fire engine red hair, and joked I was finally going to do it for my birthday. Grant put his fork down so hard it rang against the plate. "Don't," he said. Flat, no lift at the end, more like a door closing. I laughed, asked what his deal was. "I'm serious," he said. "If you dye your hair red, I'm done. I'll leave." I laughed again, because it sounded absurd coming out of a grown man's mouth over chicken thighs. Then I stopped laughing, because he wasn't smiling at all. His jaw was tight, his knuckles white around his water glass. And for 1 second, just one, something moved behind his eyes that looked less like preference, and more like fear. I asked him why. He said his ex had red hair, that things had ended badly, that it brought back things he didn't want to talk about. I pushed a little, the way you do when you love someone and think you're owed the whole picture of them. He shut it down fast. "Please just drop it," he said, and his voice cracked in a way I'd never heard from him. Something in me, the part that always wants to believe the best about the person across the table, decided that was grief talking, not control. I dropped it. I told myself it was one hair color out of every color in the world, and if that was the price of being with a man this steady, this good to me, it was cheap. 6 weeks later, he took me to meet his Aunt Ruth for the first time, out at her house on Cedar Lake, a rambling old place with a wraparound porch and a detached shed near the tree line. Grant asked me, twice, not to wander near it, said the floor was rotted and Ruth kept meaning to get someone out to fix it. Ruth hugged me a little too long when she saw me. I had no idea yet what that price actually was, or how close I already stood to the answer. I didn't know it yet, but pushed to the back of his closet was a shoebox holding a photo of Grant, with his arm around a red-haired woman I'd never seen before, and a single silver earring that didn't belong to me. Full story is only on Spotify. Search GurkoStory and follow.